Hello traders, and welcome to this market overview video from FoxEx for the week ahead commencing on the 23rd of July. Let's start right here on Euro US dollar, which as you can see on the weekly time frame is at the bottom of the wealth crossover line. However, this is an interesting case because as you can see here, for the last 2 months this market has been stuck in a bit of a range. So when we drop down into the daily time frame, we can actually see that we are now approaching the top of that range and that we are interacting with the top of the wealth crossover wave and also with the missile tracker line. So in this case we will be looking for a potential short position in the days ahead. Please note that this is an unusual case. We are typically looking for agreement between the weekly and the daily time frame. However, when a market gets stuck in a range like this, it represents a good opportunity to take advantage of these moves to the upside and downside as price moves from one side of the range to the other. Moving on, let's take a look at the gold chart now, and we did mention this market last week as a potential long trade, but as you can see the market continued to push to the downside, but we are still at the end of the wealth crossover wave here on the weekly. And when we drop down into the daily time frame, we are also at the end of the wealth crossover wave. So we're still watching this market and still waiting for a good price action signal, and we will be still looking to potentially open a long position in the upcoming days. Also wanted to take a look at pound yen this week. As you can see here on the weekly time frame, we are moving off of the bottom of the wealth crossover wave and towards the upside. Here on the daily chart you can also see that we are moving still upwards and there is room to the upside. And when we drop down into the 4 hour, we are right at the bottom of the wave now, so it is this time frame here that looks the most interesting, and we will be looking to open a potential long position in the days ahead here on the pound yen. Finally, let's take a quick look at the oil chart. As you can see here on the weekly time frame, oil has been moving up for a very long time and cycling quite nicely to the upside. Here on the daily time frame, price has pulled back quite nicely to the vicinity of the end of the wave on the daily time frame here, and so we will be looking to enter a long position in the days ahead, but ideally would like price to get a little bit lower and interact here with the bottom of the wealth crossover wave. And that's it for this week's market overview. Just a few markets that we've cherry picked there. As always, you can stay up to date with us via our chat room here, and you can learn all about our indicators in the video guide section shown here. This has been a market overview from FoxEx.